Hello, it's Ed Mack, Mango Shaman. Just hanging out here in my homestay in the Malukus, Ambon Island. I just spent the last month in Kalimantan, Indonesian Borneo, and now I'm here in the Malukus, far to the east. All I really have to say about this place is that in terms of plant life and beauty, it's natural beauty. It's about unmatched in my opinion. Just fruit trees everywhere, and clear skies, beautiful beaches. I haven't gone snorkeling yet, but I've heard that's spectacular. And an abundance of fruit that I've never experienced before. As you can see before me, I've got the biggest papaya I've ever seen. I had to buy it, and then there are about 10 more bigger than this everywhere you stop. So not the biggest papaya I've ever seen anymore, but still pretty big. Some interesting bananas. Ignore this rotten one. I don't know what they're called, but they're for grilling. But I decided to try one raw because it was pretty soft, and it's bright yellow on the inside, and actually pretty good, really creamy, pretty mild, but still really good. This is duku. You just chew it and it pops open like that. It's kind of like a candy flavor, really sweet. And there's one called Langside. It looks almost identical, except a little bit less round, a little bit more sour. These are really good. So sweet. Mangosteen, might have heard of these ones. These are the leftovers from my meal yesterday. So most of them are, if they're too hard, oh, this one's soft. Take a bite, open her up. So good. So tangy. Call it the queen of fruits. Mangoes. Mangoes have been, I'm the mango shaman, but mangoes have been nothing to write home about in Indonesia so far. I don't know if that's because of the season, but they're just not super sweet. They're more floral tasting, which is interesting. So we're on Ambon Island. These are Pisang Ambon, my favorite banana so far. Tastes like bubblegum a little bit. So many types of bananas. A lot of my fruit here I just get for free because they give it to me at my homestay. And they'll buy me fruit too. I'm like, you don't have to do that, but it's nice. People really care about your well-being here. If they ask you, have you eaten yet, and you say no, it's like a crisis, and they take care of it. Which to an American who's appreciates being independent, it's been a change for me, but I'm starting to warm up to it. Of course, my favorites here. Buanaga, dragon fruit. They're the red on the inside kind, not the white, and they're a little bit sweeter. But I love the subtlety. Guava. Not sure what these are. They're okay. They look like peaches. But yeah, let's cut into this giant papaya. It should be ripe. And I'm gonna talk about some stuff, I guess. Ooh. Beautiful. Papayas are sexy, everyone knows it. And these do not taste like the papayas you buy in America. They're not like musky, as some people describe it, like urine smelly. These are much sweeter, and they don't have that, at least not usually. But yeah, let's talk about some stuff. So making this channel originally was about educating people. But what I've realized is that there's so much education out there. There's so much info. And our problem isn't that we don't have enough information. Our problem is that the problem is we have too much information. And so the answers are out there. The answer is, if you want to be healthy, the answer is out there. If you want to be happy, the answer is out there. If you want to do anything, the answer is out there. It's just about getting through all the misinformation, all the lies, all the money, all that stuff. It's about getting over it, getting through it, and more education. It might help. It might help get you through that. If I can, and it doesn't mean I'm not gonna, do my best to share what I've learned in my experiences, because I do think experiential knowledge is the most useful. Doesn't mean I'm not gonna share, because I'll share. But what I realized is that what we need more as a people is inspiration. And hopefully that's going to be something I need to learn how to supply, is inspiration. But I'm going to give it a shot, and hopefully I can inspire you that, doing a little bit of looking inside yourself is going to do a whole lot more good than anything else. Anything else you can think of, making more money, becoming smarter, learning more. Some of that stuff is looking within yourself, I guess, but yeah. What it comes down to is that we like to label things good and bad. At first it was like money, good, poverty, bad, but then I came to the realization that, freedom is good, and money is a part of freedom, but so is time and creativity. But even then, just regardless of if it fits the good, bad template, murder, birth, creation of life, good and bad, it doesn't matter what it is, as long as we're giving things labels. Then as long as we're calling something bad, it doesn't matter what it is, then it's bad. But if we call it good, then everything can be good. And it takes a while to realize that, and to implement that. And you're like, okay, Evan, where does health fit into all of this? If we can just call anything good, anything bad. Essentially, we're just looking for pleasant and unpleasant experiences. And I learned this by watching some videos by Sadhguru, Sadhguru. He's an Indian yogi and mystic. I'm not exactly sure what a mystic is right now. I'm trying to figure it out. But he says some cool things, and this is one of them, is that we're just looking for pleasantness and unpleasantness. We're looking for pleasantness, but that's what it matters. Unpleasant versus pleasant. And if you're so burdened by your own body, you'll never be able to be pleasant. You'll never be able to be pleasant. If you have cancer, you'll never be able to get over. You'll never be able to feel good in your mind unless you've accepted death. And that's the role of health. And not even perfect health, just healthy enough so that you're not constantly burdened by your malhealth. And you might say to yourself, I'm not. Well, how do you even know? If you express any sort of resentment or aggression, and you obviously have some healing to do, regardless if it's in your mind or it's in your body. But start with your body, and then your mind will heal most of itself, and then you can go there and do your best. And it's really not as complicated as I've made it out to be, and that's what I've realized, is that just because this papaya was grown in the Malukus, and it wasn't tree ripened. I've had tree ripened papaya, and it tastes really good, and it probably has higher nutrition. But as far as feeling good goes, the papayas I'm eating in the US, although they come from Mexico and maybe they're not organic, and you should strive to be the healthiest you can be, so that you can be unburdened. But it doesn't take perfection to be healthy, and it doesn't. You don't need to move to Hawaii or the Malukus to feel really, really good. It might help. Everyone has a different sensitivity to health. I'm fairly sensitive. And one thing that I'm sensitive to is winter. I think I can deal with the cold. But health is a part of life. Light is a part of life. And when you're not getting enough light on your skin, that's an issue. If you're not getting enough light into your eyes, that's an issue. And it's going to be and right now I'm just thinking that I might not need to move to Hawaii. But it's easy to say that when you're surrounded by a blissful environment. Because I know when the winter comes that light is so important for me. And I just don't, there's still some experimenting to do. And that's what all this is experimentation. Yeah. And I've been experimenting with some durian lately, as you might have imagined. And it's so good. I don't have any, I have some frozen durian in the fridge, but I don't have any fresh durian right now because I chose not to buy any. Because, getting here, I was like, finally a fatty fruit that I can eat in moderation and be completely satisfied. And that's true. When you're full of durian, you're fucking satisfied. But I don't know if that was because I was combining it improperly. I wasn't eating it on an empty stomach. I wasn't waiting until my stomach was empty to eat again. But I haven't had that poor digestion in a long time since eating all that durian. So, and people here will tell you panas, durian panas, which means it's heat creating. It makes you sweaty, and you need to drink a lot of water. And I did find that because I don't really typically drink that much water because I eat so much water-rich fruit like papaya. But durian's not that water-rich, and so you need to drink water. So I was getting a little dehydrated, my digestion was suffering. So I'm taking a little hiatus from the durian. But it does taste amazing, I can assure you that. It's really a whole nother level of taste. But there's more to life than food. Like I said, you can buy pretty much everything you see on this table, except for the mangosteens, in a market in America. You can buy dragon fruit, it's really expensive. You can buy, and it doesn't taste as good. You can buy papaya. You can buy bananas. You can't buy juku. You can buy guavas. You can buy oranges. You can buy mangoes. Mangoes that are better in America than they are here. There's an avocado there. You can buy that. So you can do it in America. Don't feel like your location is not holding you back. If you're looking for the perfect opportunity to make your health come true, it's there. The opportunity is there. And it's, regardless of what your dreams are, the opportunity is there for you to make it happen. So, yeah. I don't know what the future holds, but no one does. And honestly, the future does not exist. The past does not exist. The only thing that exists is this moment. And this moment, just eating papaya. That's all I really want to do. That's all I'm doing. And I'm not talking to you as an authority. Well, I am, but we're all authorities. My only credentials are my experience. Well, the only credentials that matter are your experience. I don't care about your MD, your PhD. I care about your experience. So people who diss the fruit-based diet and the lifestyle, a healthy lifestyle, have they ever done it? If you're telling yourself, oh, it's so bad for you, have you ever done it? If you have, I'd love to talk to you. Say, what were your problems? Maybe there's a reason for it. But there aren't any health issues. There aren't any cons to a papaya. I can tell you that. There are no cons to papaya. No cons. Yeah, I don't want to hear about all your pros for meat, for eggs, for anything, for chocolate. I don't care if there are pros to it. There are definitely cons. There are no cons to a papaya. And you want to fill yourself with things that there are no cons to. Because if you're full of cons, you become a con. And you don't want to be a con in the pro-con. You don't want to be a con in the pros and cons list of life. I can tell you that. But yeah, hopefully I have some more exciting stuff to show you. To inspire you, not necessarily to educate you. If you're inspired, you will educate yourself. That's what I've realized. So, I'll give you some education here and there, but This is all about inspiration. And I hope I've inspired you to go out and eat a papaya. I love the papayas. I love the papayas in America. I don't care how musky they are. I love them. But at least go buy a banana. They're cheap. Should I just leave this on until I finish this entire papaya, even though it's so big? I don't want to do that to you. Peace.